Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my Physio-Pulse channels. Today we will learn about the energetics of TCA cycle as well as some significance of the TCA cycle. In a simple, easy to understand way, you will find clear explanations, diagram, and important concepts here. If you find this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any biological lessons. So let's get started today's class. We have learned about the cycle of the reaction sequence of the TCA cycles. Now today we'll learn about the significance of the TCA cycles. If you see, there are the 10 important significance of the TCA cycles. Number one, complete oxidation of acetyl-CoA. Number two, ATP generations. Number three, final common oxidative pathway. Number four, integration of major metabolic pathways. Number five, fat is burned on wick of the carbohydrates. Number six, excess carbohydrates are converted to the neutral fats. Number seven, no need synthesis of carbohydrates from fat. And number eight, carbon skeletons of amino acids finally enter into the citric acid cycle. And number nine, amphibolic pathway. Number 10, anaphylactic role of TCA cycles. So we'll first discuss the energetics of the TCA cycle, how ATP is generated. As we know, in the steps in this table, you will see there are the 5 steps where the ATP is produced. Number one, in step number 3, isocitrate, which will convert it to form the alpha ketoglutarate. One NADH is also generated here, and we know that when one NADH enter into the electron transport chain, it will produce 3 molecules of ATP as per the old calculations and 2.5 molecules of ATP as per the new calculations. And second, in the step number 4, alpha ketoglutarate, when converted to form the succinyl-CoA, here also one NADH is also generated, and same way it will produce 3 and 2.5 of ATP. In the step number 5, succinyl-CoA, when converted to succinic acid, 1 GTP is required, and it will produce 1 ATP and 1 ATP. Number 6, succinic acid to fumaric acids, where 1 FADH is generated, and it will produce 2 molecules of ATP as per old calculation, and new calculation 1.5 ATP. And lastly, malate, it will convert to form oxalostate in presence of NADH. 1 NADH is also required. Here also same way, 3 and 2.5 ATP is produced. So total, if we calculate in the old calculation, there are 12 ATP we have generated, and in new calculation there are 10 molecules of ATP we generated here. And very important thing is that another significance of TCA cycle is that final common oxidative pathway. What does it mean? It means that citric acid cycle may be considered final common oxidative pathway for all foodstuffs. In the figure number 18.9, it shows major ingredients foodstuffs are finally oxidized through TCA cycle. This major ingredients like glucose, like amino acids, all can be entered into the TCA cycles. And number 4, integration of major metabolic pathway like carbohydrates, they are metabolized through the glycolytic pathway to pyruvic acid, then converted to acetyl-CoA, which enter into TCA cycle. So it is one integration of these carbohydrate molecules. Like these fatty acids, they go through the beta oxidation, they will produce some acetyl-CoA, it enters into TCA cycle. And another way, if you see glucosenic amino acids after the transaminations, and at the same point of the cycle, ketogenic amino acids, they will convert to form the acetyl-CoA. So they will enter into the TCA cycles. So these are the major integrations of carbohydrate, food, fat, as well as the protein molecules in this cycle. And very important terminology we use here, amphibolic pathway. What is the meaning of amphibolic pathway? Amphibolic pathway means both catalytic and anabolic natures of TCA cycles. So truly amphibolic, so it is called, and because it has some role of catabolic and some role of anabolic in these regions. So there is a continuous influx of and continuous efflux of 4 carbon atoms from the TCA cycles. And in traffic circle, like this way, if you see the influx and efflux, this is the influx of TCA cycles where glucose enter into this in this pyruvate to oxalate states, and this way. And efflux means where at these oxalate states it will convert to form the aspartate or malate to gluconeogenesis, and succinyl-CoA from succinyl-CoA to the hemoglobin or heme, and GABA moreover all the things can be produced here. As amphibolic pathway, all other pathways such as the beta oxidation of fat or glycogen synthesis are either catabolic or anabolic pathway. But TCA cycle is truly amphibolic pathway. It means both catabolic as well as anabolic in nature. The Greek word amphi means the both, so both pathway, catabolic, anabolic is happening here. There is continuous influx or continuous efflux of 4 carbon units from TCA cycle. If you see in a traffic circle, many roads converge, traffic flows towards one direction. Since various compounds enter into and leave from the TCA cycle, so it is sometimes called the metabolic traffic cycle. The important anabolic reactions related to the citric acid cycles are oxaloacetate is the precursor of aspartate, alpha ketoglutarate can be made into glutamate, succinyl-CoA is used for the synthesis of heme, and mitochondrial citrate is transported to cytoplasm where it is cleaved into the acetyl-CoA, which then is the starting point for the fatty acid synthesis. So this is the influx or efflux of the TCA cycles. If you see in the figure where you will see this is the influx of the TCA cycle, glucose to the pyruvate, pyruvate to oxaloacetate, and aspartic acid to oxaloacetate, phenylalanine tyrosine is to fumaric acids, valine isoleucine methionine to propionyl-CoA, then succinyl-CoA. Fatty acids, odd chain fatty acids, they will convert from the propionyl-CoA to succinyl-CoA. And another way, glutamine, histidine, arginine to alpha ketoglutarate. So in everything, everywhere, you will enter into the TCA cycle by this way. This is called the influx of TCA cycle intermediates. And if you see the efflux of TCA cycle, we will first see oxaloacetate, it will convert to form the aspartic acids, and malic acid from the gluconeogenesis, then succinyl-CoA to heme or ketolysis, or alpha ketoglutarate to glutamic acid, or gamma aminobutyric acids, etc. so on. So these are the efflux of the TCA cycles. So both these are happening, so it is called the amphibolic in nature. So another important part is called the anaplerotic reactions. What is the meaning of anaplerotic? Actually, citric acid cycle acts as the source of precursor of many biosynthetic pathways. Like we already discussed, the heme is synthesized from succinyl-CoA, aspartate from oxaloacetate, to counterbalance such losses, to keep the concentration of the 4 carbon units in the cell. This type of reaction, anaplerotic reactions, are essential. And Greek word ana means up, plerotic means to fill. So these anaplerotic reactions means filling up, or reaction or influx reactions, or replenishing reactions which supply 4 carbon units to the TCA cycle. The important anaplerotic reactions are the pyruvic acid or pyruvate to oxaloacetate by the pyruvate carboxylase enzyme where ATP needed, and glutamic acid is transaminated to alpha ketoglutarate and aspartate to oxaloacetate. Other important amino acids are entering TCA cycle, and already we have discussed in this in earlier figure. And moreover, pyruvate can be carboxylated to form the malate by the NADP dependent malic enzymes. So this is the influx or efflux or anaplerotic reactions or amphibolic pathway of TCA cycles. So I think everything we have discussed, specifically energetics of TCA cycles, and moreover the amphibolic role or anaplerotic reactions of TCA cycles. So my dear students, if you find this video very helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any our biology lessons or our next classes. Thank you for watching and see you in our next class. Okay.